Welcome to the Control System Lecture Series. I am Professor Kuldeep Sahai. In this seventh lecture, I will talk on the modeling of DC servo motor. So basically, DC servo motor is used to control the other type of the motor for controlling their output. If a DC motor is used as a servo motor, then it needs to produce a rapid acceleration from the standstill. So for this we have to uh, change in the its physical design system. So such a motor should have a low inertia and high starting torque. And the low inertia can be attained by reducing the armature diameter, and the desired power output can be achieved with the increase in the length of the armature. So for controlling a DC servo motor can be used in a two mode. First one is a field control mode with a fixed armature current. Second one is a armature control mode with a fixed field current. In field control motor, the armature current is fed from a constant current source, while field current is varied by varying the field resistance through a rheostat control. Generally, these motors are used in a linear range of magnetization curve. So, flux in the motor depends on the field current, or basic or field flux is proportional to the field current. So here you can see the flux is equal to Kf up If, where Kf is a constant. So in the motor, the developed torque is proportional to the flux and armature current, product of flux and armature current. So here this flux is Kf If, that is written here. So torque developed Tm equal to K1 Kf If into I. So in this case, Ia is constant, K1 is constant, Kf is constant. So these three will be replaced by another constant Kt, that is motor torque constant. So Tm will be equal to Kt into If. This is the schematic diagram of field control DC motor. Here you can see that armature current is fed from a current source, that is a constant value Ia, and field is fed with the voltage, applied voltage E, having the resistance Rf, inductance Lf. The current will flow through this field winding If, and due to this If there will be the flux in the air gap, and that is a phi, and that flux will flux and field current, basically the developed torque Tm will be equal to Kt into If, and that will be responsible for the development of torque, and the torque developed, and then there will be the angular displacement, angular velocity, and system have a some inertia, that is J, and there is a frictional forces in the form of viscous friction. that is represented here. So this developed torque, as we have seen, that is equal to kT into If, where kT is K1, Kf, Ia. These are constants. So developed torque is basically depending upon the field current. Armature current is constant. So this will be governed by the field current. In the field circuit, you have seen that there is a inductance LF, resistance RF, flow of current is IF. So for this field current, we can write a differential equation LF dIF upon dt plus RF into IF equal to E. So writing the differential equation for the developed torque, and the torque developed will be equal to the sum of the torque, that is J into acceleration, J into alpha, where alpha is d square theta upon dt square plus frictional forces, that is B d theta upon dt, and that is equal to kT if. Now converting equation number 1, 2 and 3, assuming the initial condition 0 in the Laplace transform. So equation number 2 can be written as a LFS plus RF multiplied by IFS equal to ES. While the in term of a mechanical parameter, the torque developed will be equal to Js square plus ds whole multiplied by theta s equal to kt ifs, and this angular displacement theta s will be equal to kt ifs divided by Js square plus bs. And from equation number 4 we can find out the if, where if is equal to es upon lfs plus rf. So theta s upon es can be written as kt s within bracket lfs plus plus rf bracket closed, and then in the next bracket js plus p. So this is the transfer function of the DC servo motor in the field control mode, and that is theta s upon es equal to km upon s within bracket tau f s plus 1, then tau me s plus 1. So motor gain constant km is equal to kt upon rf into p. Since kt is a constant, viscous friction is also some extent constant, so motor gain constant will principally depend upon the rf. Similarly, the time constant of field winding will also depends upon the rf. Mechanical time constant, since inertia of the motor is a constant, so p is a constant up to the some extent, so that will be depending upon the field winding of the resistance. So this field control mode is used to control the smaller motor because it has a limitation, means regulation is a limited. So field control mode will be used to regulate the smaller motor. Now coming to the armature control mode, and then before that we should draw the block diagram, and here this is the input ES. Then in a field circuit, there will be flow of IS means output. So in the block, that is 1 upon LFS plus RF. The block diagram of this is a block diagram for the field circuit, and this is the block diagram of the, for the in terms of the mechanical parameter. Since IF is responsible for the angular displacements, that is equal to, and that will be equal to in the block KT upon JS square plus BS in terms of mechanical parameter. So after connecting these two blocks, we will get the system block diagram like this. So these two blocks are connected in cascade. Here there will be IF. So this is cause, this is effect, and this is cause, and this is effect. So finally we can have only one block diagram since these two are cascaded. So output theta s upon Es will be equal to KT upon LFS plus RF, next in the next bracket JS square plus BS. Now armature control mode. In armature control mode, the field current is fed from the constant current source, while armature current is varied through inserting a rheostat in the armature winding. And in this case also, we use the servo motor in a linear range of magnetization curve, and we know that the flux is proportional to the field current. So this flux phi is proportional to the field current, or phi equal to Kf If, and the developed torque Tm equal to proportional to phi into Ia, where phi is equal to Kf into If, and that can be represented as Tm equal to K1 Kf If into Ia. So these three are constant, so that can be written as Kt dash motor torque constant. Now this is a schematic diagram for armature controlled DC motor. In this case, you can see the field current is fed from the constant current source, and this is responsible for the development of flux phi in the air gap. And here this side armature side is fed by a applied voltage G, and this is responsible for the flow of current in this circuit. That is, this current is armature current through the armature resistance Rho, armature inductance La, and in this case there will be a role of back EMF. That back EMF will be developed across this armature, and that back EMF will depend upon the speed. So back EMF is proportional to the speeds. So these are the usual notation that I have discussed. So developed torque Tm will be equal to Kt dash into Ia, where Kt dash equal to K1 Kf into Ia. So back EMF will play a major role, and since we have discussed that will be proportional to the speed. So here back EMF Eb equal to Kb d theta upon dt, where Kb is a back EMF constant. So writing the differential equation for the armature circuits, and this back EMF will be uh, opposite to the applied voltage. So in the armature circuit, you can see that we have a inductance, we have a resistance Ra, and then there is a back EMF. So differential equation for the armature circuit is La di A upon dt plus Ra into Ia plus Eb equal to E. And then for the mechanical parameter, J d square theta upon dt square plus B d theta upon dt, and this B is a viscous friction constant, d theta upon dt is a velocity, d square theta upon dt square is acceleration, J into acceleration plus B into velocity equal to developed torque, and that will be equal to kt dash into Ia, that we have seen that this is the developed torque. Now on Laplace transform, assuming the initial condition equal to 0, EBS will be equal to KBS theta S as equation number 5, and for the armature circuit, so this is LAS plus RA whole multiplied by IS equal to ES minus EB. Similarly, in the term of mechanical constant, so JS square plus BS theta S equal to TMS KT dash IA into IAS. So transfer function for servo motor in the field control mode equal to theta S upon ES equal to KS upon S within bracket RA plus SLA, and then JS plus P KT dash KB. Usually the inductance of armature winding is negligible, so you can put here LA equal to 0, then this equation gets converted into this KT dash. Here there is a KT dash. So KT dash upon S RA, then RA is whole multiplied to the JS plus P plus KT dash KB, and or you can write KT dash upon J RA S square plus J B RA plus KT dash KB, and then it can be further simplified dividing numerator and denominator by RA, so that can be written as a KT dash by RA divided by JS square plus SB plus KT dash KB by RA, where you can see since this is a viscous friction coefficient, so this will be of a same dimension and same parameter that will be represented, so this will also be a viscous friction. So here this P plus KT dash KB upon R indicate the back EMF of motor effectively increases the viscous friction. So this is also a viscous friction. So effective viscous friction of the system increases. So R theta S upon ES equal to KT dash upon RA or JS square plus P, where this can be written as a Km motor gain constant, where motor gain constant is KT dash upon RA by B. Since we have divided by B, so this will be KT dash upon RAB. So this is called Km is called motor gain constant, and tau m is a mechanical time constant, that will be J upon J by P. So here you can see that effective viscous friction increases. So here we have a greater regulation capability in the armature control mode. So the armature control mode, the DC servo motor will be used to control the heavier motor compared to the field control mode. So this because this have a greater regulation capacity. And since here we are giving the input electrical power and getting the power converted into the mechanical power, at a steady state it should be equal. So here EB into IA must be equal to this is input power KB theta dash into IA, and mechanical power at a motor shaft equal to the power equal to T into theta dash, where theta dash is a velocity. So T into theta angular velocity, T into omega, P equal to power equal to torque into omega, or omega can be written as theta dash. So that is kt ia into theta dash. At a steady state, this and this should be equal. So when unequating these, theta dash ia and theta dash ia will be get cancelled. So kt will be equal to kb, or kb will be equal to kt, because back EMF can be back EMF constant can be easily measured with the greater frequency compared to the motor torque constant. So this will be very much useful for the measurement point and accuracy point and designing point. So this is another approximation for the motor torque constant. So kb back EMF constant is very useful for designing. And now the block diagram for the armature control mode. First is, you can see here that first equation is you can see here ES minus EB equal to LAS plus RA multiplied by IAS. So current, here the applied voltage minus back EMF is equal to armature current, or armature current will be equal to ES minus EB by RA. So here you can see that in the block diagram, ES minus EB divided by LAS plus RA, that will be armature current that will be flowing in the armature winding, and this armature current will be responsible for the development of torque, since field current is kept constant. So that will be, the flux is constant. So basically the torque can be governed by the armature current. So this can be represented as a IAS within block diagram kt dash upon s, js is js plus b. So theta s is the angular displacement. And now we are giving this, we are tapping the signal for a back EMF, since it has a negative sign. So this we are signaling theta s or EBS equal to, since back EMF depends upon the velocity and this KBS is a back EMF constant, so EB equal to theta s into KBS. So this is like this. So after connecting all the above block diagram, we will get the system block diagram as like this. So this is a summer. At this summer, we are getting the applied voltage ES and back EMF EBS. Then there will be uh, that will be causing the current flowing in the armature circuit, that is IA, and this armature current will be responsible for the development of torque, and that torque will be responsible for the displacement, angular displacement, and this is tabbed as a back EMF. So this is the block diagram of the armature control mode. Thank you. And here we have seen that the DC servo motor modeling and its block diagram. So current mode will be used for the controlling a smaller motor, while the armature control mode will be used for the bigger motor. Thank you.